Hi there, welcome to the Stellar Wyckoff Weekly, and we're going to look at what current stage Wyckoff stage Stellar is, and what are the price activities are telling us, and also what are the key levels that Stellar would hit or we have to pay attention to. So let's dive in. We're looking at the weekly chart of Stellar, and currently we're seeing 6 consecutive weeks of red candles, which isn't surprising if you have been following my sessions. So this AR over here means automatic rally. It's a Wyckoff stage after the selling climax, and it's expected after the automatic rally the price will return. So previously I have put down the sign of weakness and last point of supply as well, because in those sessions I shared that this current price level is quite high compared to the 2022 all the way, like the 2 years accumulation cycle. So if I were to draw a line over here, you see it's 945 days. It's over 2 years of accumulation for Stellar before it got boosted up to the buying climax since November last year, and then from then onwards, from late November, it eventually died down from the buying climax to where we are now. So when I compare to what happened over here, I was thinking, maybe this is only like a sign of weakness and LPSY. The actual selling climax may be yet to come. So we see there were 4 LPSYs during 2022 before the actually there's a 5th one. So I tend not to draw too much to make the chart too busy. So basically we look at here, you see multiple LPSY before the selling climax actually happened. So we may be during that period as well, in there could be multiple LPSY instead of selling climax, but we never know because they can look very similar. So basically these stages can look very similar because of the pattern, and we human brains are wired to recognize pattern. So we have to be careful not to eliminate a possibility. So both of these scenarios are possible. So we just have to know, okay, we hit the low point. We know the stage, both these stages, we'll see a tiny peak, and then the price will return to test a lower point. Whether that would trigger a massive selling like this stage, we'll have to see how long the candlestick is. That's basically the volatility. Currently, it's not that much. So earlier on, you see these large candlesticks, right? So that's how I determined it may be the selling climax, but not over here, right? You see long candlesticks and then consecutive weeks of reds to a very low point. That's when it can be determined. So we're observing now whether we are in that trend, but you see the difference. These candlesticks are having longer bodies. Currently we're having some crosses or very short bodies. So that's what I'm talking about. So these are very short bodies candles, right? These are longer body candles. So we'll see what comes next. The key point over here is we're coming to the levels now. This range you see between the yellow and the white line, right? So the white line is basically the resistance line, the top of the long-term playground zone. So you see all these activities going on. That's why I draw this line over here. And indeed, over the past few weeks or 2-3 months already, the price has been hovering around this line. Currently, we are the 4th week now. So starting from here, in late May 26. It closed within the white box, and then these 3 weeks we're still there. So it's expected for the price to trade between these two levels, one at around 19 cents 60 and the other around 27 cents. So that's where Stellar is right now from a higher level time frame perspective. In terms of daily, we see this blue box, right? So this is like a downward playground zone. So we've got this short term run, and now this blue has overtaken this pink. It's having a much longer period than that one now. So we are already 131 days into this downward sloping down playground zone. This pink one only lasted for 73 days, so a little bit more than half of where we are at now. And the previous thing I mentioned over here was, okay, it came down, and there's a let me enlarge this. There was a bit of like a triangle. It's narrowing, like basically cornering the price. So it break downwards and then established the bottom. This yellow support line extended from here, found support at this level at around 22 cents and then bounced up to the levels we're at now. So we are seeing this line, this blue resistance line over here. The price or the Stellar is being traded. So let me move the center line over here. We've got more reference point now. So we're still trading on, or Stellar is still being traded within the top half of this blue box. However, it's difficult to tell you a number of the levels, because you see this number is lowering and lowering along with time, right? Both the resistance and the support line. So basically what we're trying to get to would be, if I extend this yellow line, again we see this intersection. So if I extend the box over here, so by the time we get to somewhere in September, that must be something going to happen. However, it doesn't mean it can't happen earlier. It can happen well before the price gets to the yellow line again. So it can come down quickly and test the yellow, and then shoot back up, and first of course test this center line, and then second the white line, and eventually the blue line. However, if it takes too long and it gets to September, this is, even the top of the blue box is well within the white, and that's pretty much like maybe we're already in the center or the middle of the accumulation cycle. So that's my personal guess. It doesn't mean it has to happen that way. So I think I'll just check one more thing, the Bollinger Band squeeze. So let me switch off the drawings for a moment. Basically we can, or you can just look at the blue lines and the purple line. So you see the purple and with the sawtooth shape, and then the blue a little bit smoother. So whenever the blue encloses, so the purple, whenever the purple is within the blue, there may be a squeeze. A squeeze, for me, I interpret it as a more significant change in price. It can go up or go down. Currently, you see the purple is getting into the blue. So I am expecting some kind of more significant price changes going to happen very soon. I can show you a couple of examples. So let's look at somewhere here. Okay, we've got one here, the blue bracketing the purple, and then we've got a price drop, and then over here it's not entirely bracketing yet, or maybe it is because the candlesticks are blocking it. That's where a squeeze and a surge happened, the price went up. There are many these examples. So you see this, the blue bracketing the purple, right? And then the price shot all the way down. So that's how I used to assist, in addition to Wyckoff and that playground zone. So free tools that I use to check what's likely going to happen next. So be really careful when we use technical analysis. It's always a likely situation because we're basing on the history or the past to analyze what's happening and what's likely going to happen. So there's still a chance that it doesn't happen that way. There are always outliers, so be really cautious about this. So that's all for Stellar. I'll move on to